बस काफी है. I'm at my sister's in Delhi.
No, it's in Himachal Pradesh, Kalka.
She is in Himachal. You are in Himachal now. Kalka.
Yeah,
I've heard of Kalka. So is Himachal colder right now than Delhi?
first it is like it's 10-degree here right now.
I watched a TV series which was shot in which was set in Himachal. You know, it was a murder mystery, I think. Um, I think Himachal is beautiful. Is Kalka beautiful? Is it in those mountains, valleys?
Yeah, of course. As I go on the roof, I saw all over the mountains, like
Wow.
everything.
Wow.
And that Shimla is only
Only
two
2 hours.
hours away from me.
Only 2 hours from here. So your Jijaji was always here, or he got transferred there, or he has got. I mean,
He got transferred here. I think before 4 months he was in Amritsar.
4 months until 4 months ago he was in. Until 4 months ago he was in. ये English मत बोल मेरी नाक.
Until sorry, until 4 months ago he was in Amritsar.
Right. Until 4 months ago he was in Amritsar. Until 4 months ago. Until 4 months ago.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
Good evening, Zafri. So, shall we get started maybe? Until 5 months ago, we were strangers. Until 5 months ago, एक सेंटेंस के बाद तुरंत दूसरा सेंटेंस सोच लो. Then this is how you become sure of what you are studying. So we are ready to start a new unit. There was homework, wasn't there?
यस सर.
Lucy Nichols, city cyclist. Read the text about Lucy. Are these sentences true or false? Correct the false sentence. This is Lucy Nichols, cycle courier. Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. Does it mean she still lives there or she doesn't live there anymore?
Doesn't live there.
Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. When you read this line, you realize she still lives in London or she doesn't live there anymore.
I still live in London.
Has lived suggests that she's still there.
सर
Because
योर माइक.
okay, is it better? Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. She has lived in London all her life. This sentence means that she still lives there because it is the present perfect. If I say Lucy Nichols, then now you should have simply said, oh, okay. I now understand what you were saying. Okay, got it. Got your point. According to this sentence, she still lives there, okay? Because the sentence is Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. Hey, Rosanna. Hey, Lena. Look at this.
Hello.
This is a sentence that we all need to learn very seriously, okay? Maybe we feel confused sometimes. Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. Because it is the present perfect, has lived, it suggests that she is still there. She is still in London. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, has lived. But it was only when she became a cycle courier that she really got to know the city and the dangers of city cycling. She has lived in London all her life, but she was not aware. She was not aware of the city, the streets, the city so very well, and she did not know the dangers of city cycling. When did she become aware of the dangers? When did she get to know the city very well? When she became a cycle courier. When she became a cycle courier, then she realized the dangers of city cycling, and she also got to know the city very well. Okay, let's say it this way. Yasmin ma'am, you are in UP right now. Which town of UP, Yasmin ma'am?
Which town? Anpara.
Where?
Anpara in Sonbhadra district.
Okay. In Sonbhadra district, there is a town called Anpara. Yasmin
Yes.
ma'am, do you know the city very well, the town Anpara very well? Do you know all the streets? Do you know every place there? I guess you don't.
No, sir, I don't.
Because she's a bahu there, you know? She's a daughter in law. She only goes out when it is necessary. And she only goes out to some places, right? With company. She doesn't keep walking from street to street, right? So, hey, Aisha, welcome back. How was your exam? Your exams are over?
Yes, sir.
Today they got over, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Welcome back to the class. And I was talking about this sentence. Lucy Nichols has lived in London all her life. When you read this line, then has lived tells you that she still lives there. Why? She has lived there all her life. If I say, I have taught English for 12 years. I have taught English for 12 years. It means right now I am a teacher of English. I still teach. If I decided to switch jobs, if I decided to do something else, then I would say I taught English for 12 years. And when I say I taught English for 12 years, it means I am not a teacher now because I taught is the past simple. Kushi, you're paying attention? Okay, everybody is paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's important because this can be very confusing, and this is purely English grammar. It will not help you much with your Hindi. Even if you translate it into Hindi, it won't really make much of a difference. I said, I taught English. If somebody says, I taught English for 12 years, it means that person is no longer a teacher. But if the person says, I have taught English for 12 years, it means that person is still a teacher. Yeah, that's important. And now notice this part. But it was only when she became a cycle courier that she really got to know the city and the dangers of city cycling. But it was only when she became a cycle courier. It was only when she became a cycle courier that she really got to know the city and the dangers of city cycling. It, before she became a cycle courier, she was not aware of the dangers of city cycling and she did not know the city so very well. Naturally, when you take up such a job like a cycle courier, then you have to discover all this, streets and everything, right? You have to know where they all lead, where they go, and everything. And of course, then you become aware of the dangers as well when you're riding a bicycle in such a big city like London. Okay. Now the grammar part. Meaning is clear. Now the grammar part. The most important word to pay attention to is this word that here. You say, wow, this word is so important. Yes. Because it is counterintuitive. It is against your common sense. It was only when she became a cycle courier that she really got to know the city. Let me tell you. I thought she was a fantastic girl. I thought she was a But it was only when I got married to her that I realized how horrible she was. Okay? Did you understand my easy example, everybody? I thought she was a wonderful girl. But it was only when I got married to her that I realized. Notice this, that. Okay? It was only when I got married to her that I realized how horrible she was. What a what a terrible person she was. Okay. I hope you all understand how this that is an important word here. Because it will not huh? Huh? No, no, you have to use that here to connect these two parts. It was only when I got married to her that I realized how horrible she was. Let me give another example. I was very fond of, okay, let's say it this way. I was crazy about iPhones. I was crazy about iPhones when I didn't have one. When I didn't have one. I was crazy about iPhones when I didn't have one. But it was only when I got an iPhone that I okay, whatever. Okay. So understand this use of that here. Very important word, everybody. Normally people will use all sorts of words except that. But this is the word you need here. It was only when she became a cycle courier that she really got to know. Got to know means get the opportunity to know. She got to know. She got to know. Okay. When I came to this class, I got to learn so many new things. I got to learn. When I came to this class, I got to learn so many new things. I got to learn. Why are so many people off camera today? Huh? Guys, do you want muh dikhai? Arish? Again, Arish's video is on, but I can't see him. Zafri, Kushi is back on camera. Lena is still off camera. Lena, are you there?
Sir, I was trying to take my earbuds.
Yeah, yeah. Please be on camera, everybody. This way, I keep, it's very important for me. I've already said many times. I keep looking at you all one by one, just to see your facial reactions and all. And it's important to me. Okay. Get to know, get to do something, okay? Get to know, get to learn, get to eat. Why do people go to parties? Because they get to eat variety of foods. Why do people want to go to parties?
because they got get to eat a lot of different type
Okay.
of.
Okay. And not everybody, Sumit. There are people of all sorts. Okay. Some people have different motivations. Let's ask them. Why do they like going to parties? Everybody will answer the question with the phrase get to. Okay. Yasmin ma'am, use the phrase get to do something. Okay. Yasmin ma'am, why do you go to parties? Why do you like going to parties?
Mm, we like go to party to get together with my friends.
Uh,
No,
not getting the
get
phrase now. Get to do something. I'm
get,
saying because I get to do this,
get
I
to
get to do
meet
that.
get to meet
Ah,
my friends.
lovely. Well done. Because you get to meet your friends. Okay, Yasmin ma'am. Great sentence. Why does Yasmin ma'am like going to parties? Because she gets to meet her friends. Great. And Kushi, why do you like going to parties? Get to dance and drink. She says to get to dance and drink. Okay. But it is just a sentence she's saying because she doesn't actually like going to parties. Okay. Aisha, Zafri, why do you like going to parties? Use the phrase get to do something. I get to do this, I get to do that. Rosanna, why do you like going to parties?
Because I get to give a present to my friend.
You
No,
get to give.
yes, to give a present.
Yes, Afri, I know, I know. I know. I want to hear this from any one of the girls here. Let's see. Rukaya, why do you like going to parties?
Get to wear the dress that is in the Palmeiras.
You get to wear clothes, new clothes,
Yes,
fancy
sir.
clothes. Lena, why do you enjoy going to parties?
I don't like going to party.
You don't like going to parties. Okay. Why do you like staying at home? Why do you like staying at home? And answer this question with get to do something. I get to do this. I get to do that. Try to use this phrase to answer. Why do you like staying at home?
Mm. I like staying at home because and
Get to do
what I
something. Get to do something.
uh,
I get
get
to
I get
spend time with
to
myself. I get to spend
re
time with myself.
yeah yeah
Yeah, I get to
sometimes
spend
me too.
time with myself. Okay, good. Arish, why do you like going to parties, Arish?
Uh, I I like going to the parties because I get to try lots of new cuisines and foods.
Very nice, Arish. But Arish, I think you were too invested in your thoughts while I was practicing, I was giving other people practice, that you were not paying attention. I want to warn you all, please. Please do not spend your time sitting in the class thinking about your example. Just be involved in what's going on if you really want to benefit. This is a typical Indian student tendency. They worry so much about their own example that they stop listening to what's going on in the class. Arish made a couple of mistakes. One mistake was really bad. I kept asking, why do you like going to parties, going to parties, going to parties? He inserted the there. Why? When he heard me so many times saying going to parties, why did he insert the there? Because that makes a big difference, you know. I'm talking about parties in general. Why do you like going to parties? He said the parties means specific parties. But we are not talking about any specific parties here, are we? So be relaxed and listen to the conversation, be involved, and don't worry about your example or your answer, even if you're not ready for it. Like Aisha didn't answer, Zafri didn't answer. Now, Zafri did write a sentence though in the text. Aisha, you there? So Zafri wrote, "Girls like going to parties because they get to wear new clothes." That's very much true. A lot of girls actually like dressing up. They get to dress up. There is a nice phrase: "Get to dress up." They get to dress up. Dress up means to wear nice, better clothes. Okay, they get to dress up. Arish, you turned your camera off again. Get to do something, and don't forget this that. Lucy has always loved cycling. It's not that it's a new thing for her. It's not that it is a newfound love. It's a new passion. No, no, no. It's not a new passion. She has always loved cycling. To suggest something is not a new passion has always, something is not new, something is not recent, somebody has always done it. Lucy has always loved cycling. She has always loved cycling, not a new passion. She has always loved cycling. So, in a romantic movie, when the girl is getting married, the boy says, "I've always loved you. I've always loved you," right? Nothing, not a new passion, not a new thing. Okay, I've always loved you. Yeah. Channa Mereya. So, getting a job as a cycle courier seemed a good idea. She has always loved cycling. So, getting a job as a cycle courier seemed a good idea. Yeah, seemed a good idea. Yeah, why not? Getting a job as a cycle courier seemed a good idea. A London courier cycles. This is a verb here. Here it is a noun working as an adjective. A cycle courier. A cycle courier. A cycle courier. Compound noun. Cycle is a noun. Courier is also a noun. Both are nouns. Cycle works as an adjective. When you have two nouns back to back, the first noun works as an adjective. Okay. A cycle courier. What kind of courier? A cycle courier. Okay. A cycle courier. A London courier cycles. Now, here, a London courier. A London courier. Now, courier is a noun. London is also a noun, but working as an adjective because it is a compound noun. London courier. London is working as an adjective. A London courier cycles. Verb, present simple. Negative. A London courier doesn't cycle. Negative. A London courier doesn't cycle. A
Doesn't
London
cycle.
courier cycles between 60 to 100 miles a day. A London courier cycles between 60 to 100 miles a day. Manisha has dropped. Manisha is not here anymore. Okay. Hey, Sunita. A London courier cycles between 60 to 100 miles a day. So you have to be fit. So you have to be fit. They have to be fit. If you're not fit, you can't do this job because you have to cycle between 60 to 100 miles a day. 100 miles you have to cycle? Wow.
How many kilometers in a mile?
1.6.
Oh.
Nearly between 100 to 160 kilometers. 100 kilometers a day. Between 100 and 160 kilometers a day. My goodness. I knew I had to cycle a lot of miles. I knew I had to cycle a lot of miles. I had to. You know the change of pronunciation? I had to. I knew I had to cycle a lot of miles. She was aware. She was aware. She knew. I knew I had to cycle a lot of miles. But I never expected to sometimes do 500 miles a week. I mean, yes, I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. Understand this? I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard, something similar. I knew I had to cycle a lot of miles, a lot of distance, but I never expected to sometimes do 500 miles a week. Drop the word sometimes, then you will understand the sentence better. But I never expected to do 500 miles a week. It means sometimes she rides 500 miles a week, 800 kilometers, more than 100 kilometers every day for regularly 7 days, 500 miles a week. That's a lot of distance to cover on a bicycle. I'm not capable of doing it. I just can't do it. I will have to give up midway. The message will never reach. Okay, says Lucy. Speaking of message and reaching, Yasmin ma'am has got her books, right, Yasmin ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And this job isn't just about being fit. This job, okay, you need to be fit, you have to be fit, but being fit is not the only thing you need. This job isn't just about being fit. You have to be fearless. Another quality that you need to have is fearlessness. You have to be fearless. You have to be fearless, guys. You have to be
Fearless.
fearless too. You have to learn to understand the road. You have to learn to understand the road. Okay? Yeah, talk to the road, understand the road. Now, this is the only thing left for humans to do, understand the road. Okay? You have to learn to understand the road and expect people to behave badly. Remember, Zafri, the other day I told you, you can't expect people to ride safely all the time. You expect people to behave badly. Be ready for it. Don't be surprised. Don't be taken by surprise. Be ready for this, that some people will be rude, some people will behave badly. Expect people to behave badly. Expect, mind, in your mind. You hope not, right? You hope they don't behave badly, but you expect them to behave badly. Couriering is difficult and dangerous work. Bicycle couriering is difficult and dangerous work. Okay. Bicycle couriering is difficult and dangerous work. What is difficult and dangerous? Bicycle couriering. All right. Hmm. White van drivers are the worst, says Lucy. So, in her own experience, she has found that white van drivers are the worst. Superlative, the worst. Bad, worst, the worst. White van drivers are the worst, says Lucy. They think they don't have to follow the rules. They think they don't have to follow the rules like VIPs. They think they are VIPs. They don't have to follow the rules. VIPs here think this way. In Delhi, they have a lot of VIP culture. They think they don't have to follow the rules. Okay, guys, Do you feel bad when you have to follow the rules, or you take it normal? Like, okay, it's the rule, so we'll follow it.
It's normal.
When you follow rules, you feel proud. Very good feeling. A lot of people's ego gets bruised, when they have to follow the rules. They think they are above the rules, and they don't like having to follow the rules. They don't like having to follow the rules. When you force them, they don't feel happy about it. They don't like what? Having to follow the rules. Okay? Some girls, they want life to be easy. They want life to be very easy. They want their husbands to earn money. They'll stay home. The husbands will bring money, put the money in their hands, and they will just go and buy Zara's bag, and Shana's bag. Okay. And Lakme's lipsticks, and they will have a girl, a domestic help to do the cooking, and they will just sit and talk to their friends. Yeah, they hate having to work. They hate having to work. They don't like working. They hate having to work. Kaam karna pade. They don't like it. They don't like it when you make a situation force them to work. They don't like having to work. Having to do something is clear. With like or hate, you can use this phrase. Okay.
Some boys also want this type of lifestyle.
Some boys also want this type of life. Maybe for some days it's fun, but it is not. I don't like having exams in winter. Khushi, this is different. This is easy. But now make it more difficult. I don't like having to do exams in winter. Winter में एग्जाम देना पड़े मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता. करना पड़े मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता. मुझे अपने आप को एक्सप्लेन करना पड़े मुझे पसंद नहीं. I don't like having to explain myself. मुझे सुबह उठना पड़े मुझे पसंद नहीं. I don't like having to get up early in the morning. Now, my foreign students, sometimes there are two sentences. I don't like getting up early morning. I don't like getting up early in the morning. Easy. I don't like getting up early in the morning, but I'm making it with have to. I don't like having to get up in the morning. I don't like having to get up in the morning. This is important that you guys understand. This use, because everybody says I have to go, but having to do something is something I don't hear from many people. Okay.
Sir, can we say in this way also that I don't like having myself to get up early in the morning?
I'm sorry, I got distracted by Khushi's message. You go ahead and say it one more time, please, Sumit.
Uh, so, sir, the sentence was, I don't like having myself getting up early in the morning. So, can we say
No,
in this way?
you're making it unnecessarily wordy. I don't like having to get up early. I don't like having to get up.
I think I have seen that this type of
I
sentence.
know what you're talking about. This is not this. Okay. You're mixing up two different things. Okay. I don't like having to get up early morning. Okay. I don't like having to say sorry. How would you say it in Hindi?
मुझे sorry कहना पसंद.
No, that's the point. I don't like saying sorry. I don't like saying sorry. मुझे sorry बोलना अच्छा नहीं लगता. I don't like saying sorry. But I'm saying I don't like having to say sorry. Slightly different. Please understand. What don't you like? Having to say sorry. A situation where you have to say sorry. You don't like that. In Hindi? मुझे sorry बोलना पड़े ये मुझे पसंद नहीं. Go ahead, Yasmin ma'am. I will come to your sentence, Kushi. And please keep listening to our examples. What I'm saying right now.
I'm having to do this work. Is right.
Yeah, absolutely. These days, I'm having to. Okay, I know why Yasmin ma'am asked me. This is the problem. Yasmin ma'am has so many lessons before she joined this class. I can't tell you. She has talked about everything. She has listened to almost everything. And still, I must tell you, if you don't have a clarity, then this is what happens. She got confused right now, actually, because Yasmin ma'am thinks that, Yasmin ma'am, when have is a possession, all right? When have
Position.
refers to possession, we don't use it in the continuous tense. When have refers to possession, then we don't use it in the continuous tense. For example, I have a cow. Okay? I will not say I'm having a cow,
No, no, but I know, sir.
right? But
Yes.
have to do something means obligation. Of course, you can say, these days I'm
Yes.
having to work 14 hours a day. These days I'm having to work 13 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Like I'm having to work. I don't want to, but there's no choice. I'm having to work 12 hours a day. Okay, these days I'm working 12 hours a day. It is working, I'm doing it. But I'm not saying I'm having to work. When I put this having to, then I'm adding the obligation there. I'm having to work 12 hours a day. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion?
Sir,
Go ahead.
I have example. I don't like having to drive bike in winter. I feel cold.
I don't like having to ride a bike. Huh? Yeah.
Winter.
In the winter because I really feel cold. I hate cold. Okay, yep, absolutely. So guys, when you put the phrase having to do something, you are implying in an obligation there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give an example which will make things easy for you. I have a very adult example which I'm not going to give. I mean, this is a perfect example, but I'll have to think of something else.
Sir, I have a sentence also.
Go ahead,
Could I,
Sumit.
may I don't like having to get advices from my mom about eating because I eat properly
You're not
and
getting it,
still.
Sumit. Sumit, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Obligation is on you, not here on your mother here. You're saying I don't like having to get, what did you say? Having my
I
mom?
don't like having. No, no. I said I don't like to have having get. I
Okay,
messed up the sentence.
okay. I'll give an easy example so that everybody understands this. Is this is easy, okay? Look, who doesn't like doing charity? Who doesn't like doing charity? We all love doing charity. When we give something away to somebody, we feel happy inside. We love doing charity, don't we? We all love doing charity. Tell me, guys, don't you like it when you give something away to someone? When you help somebody with something? We all love doing charity. We love doing charity. But,
Yes.
but having to do charity, would you like having to do charity? Would you enjoy that situation? Do you think you will enjoy having to do charity where people force you that you have to do charity? Do you think you will like it?
No.
Now, that's my
We
point. You like doing charity, but you don't like having to do charity. When somebody creates a situation where you have no choice, you have to do charity.
जो ना करना चाहते हैं उसको करना पड़े.
Yes, Zafri, exactly. That's the idea here. Okay. We all love doing charity, but nobody likes having to do charity.
Even in work as well.
Come again, Kushi?
Even in work as well. If we want to do, we will. Otherwise, it will like a force on us.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I mean, nobody likes having to do something they don't want to do. Nobody likes having to do something they don't want to do. Yeah, of course. True. Okay.
Sir, I said the sentence that I said was I don't like having to get advices from my mom about eating properly.
And what do you mean by it in Hindi?
Eating properly on time, sir. That
चलो वो सब समझ गए that I understood, but please could you just say it in Hindi so that I know what you meant was what you said,
okay.
or what you said was
So
what you meant.
मेरी मम्मी मुझे एडवाइस देती है जब खाने के बारे में तो मेरे को वो पसंद नहीं है.
Where is the obligation on any person here? Where is that obligation? Where is that obligation? Karna pade, where is that? Because I kept saying that, Sumit. Now, we love doing charity, but yes, you can leave, Kushi, no problems, you can leave. Okay, so I was saying that when what was I saying? We love doing charity, but we don't like having to do charity. Charity karna pade, having to do. Okay, so you have to do something means you have no choice, right? Okay. Yeah, I guess that should be enough. I guess, yeah. Okay. I'm having to study extra hard for the upcoming exam. Aisha has to yeah, karna pad raha is fine, Aisha. You're saying fine. Your sentence is good. I'm having to study extra hard. Yeah, good. Karna pad raha hai. Okay. Hmm. So the sentence here was white van drivers are the worst. They think they don't have to follow the rules. They don't have to follow the rules. They think they don't have to follow the rules. They go through red lights. They go through red lights. Go through red lights. Lights are red and they keep going. They don't stop. They go through red lights. I hope everybody develops a good feeling for the word through. They go through red lights. Normally, what happens when the lights are red, you stop. You wait for them to turn green, then you go. But they go through red lights and show no respect to other road users. Show no respect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That was through a physical thing. And I'm talking about through a situation. Okay. Arish says, I don't like having to work on my off days. Very good, Arish. Off days, no, beta. Days off. I don't like having to work on my days off. Okay. Off days and days off are different things, guys. Okay. Your days off means the days when you are supposed to be on holiday. Off days means when your mood is bad, when you're not feeling great. Off days. Okay. I hope you understand. Show no respect to other road users. They show no respect to other road users, especially couriers. They show no respect to couriers. Look at this, especially couriers. They show no respect to any road users, especially to couriers. Yeah. Taxi drivers, taxi drivers aren't very polite either. Hey, Simran,
Hello, sir. Good evening.
you're back in your place.
Yeah.
All right. You missed some important lessons today, I guess. I guess everybody who joined late today missed some important lessons. Whatever I have taught in last 40 minutes, I would expect you, Sunita, to watch the recordings, so that you guys can learn a few important things I taught. Taxi drivers aren't very polite either. So one bad person here, the master of all the bad people, white van drivers. But drivers aren't very good either. They aren't very polite either. They aren't very polite either. Everybody understands the use of either? Do I need to explain? One bad person, another bad person. Taxi drivers aren't very polite either. A negative sentence. Aren't very polite. Okay. My mom is not very tall either. My papa is not very tall. My mom is not very tall either. Lucy has had to go to hospital twice. Now, present perfect. Experience. She has had to go to hospital. She had no choice. उसको जाना पड़ा है. Present perfect. Lucy has had to go to hospital twice. Everybody, look at this. Has had to. Lucy has had to go to hospital twice. Okay? Lucy has had to go to hospital twice. Kejriwal has had to go to jail. केजरीवाल को जेल जाना पड़ा है. Kejriwal has had to go to jail. Experience, he has had to go to jail, right? Has had to. This has is present perfect helping verb. This had is the third form. All right? This is the present perfect. And to have to do something. So here the verb is obligation, have to. Have to can be used in all tenses. Understand? Have to works as a normal verb and you can use it in all tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect, past simple, past continuous, past perfect, no problems. You can use have to as a normal verb in all tenses. Present simple. I have to get up early every morning. Present simple. Every morning means present simple. Present. I have to get up early morning every morning. Present continuous. These days present continuous. These days I'm having to get up early morning. Present perfect. I have had to sleep hungry. I've had to sleep hungry. I have had to sleep on a hungry stomach. I've had to sleep on a hungry stomach. It's an experience of my life. I've had to, these were not things I chose, okay? There was no choice there. I've had to beg. I've had to beg. I have had to beg. Okay? It means it's an experience. मुझे भीख भी मांगना पड़ा है. This is an experience in my life. I've had to beg. I have had to beg. Have you ever had to beg? I hope not. Okay, I hope not. You have never had to beg? Good, lovely. I hope you never have to in the future. Okay, so let's see. I will ask you some more experiences with have to. Okay, have you had to tell a lie to your no, not to your parents. I mean, nobody minds lying to their parents. That's normal. Have you had to lie? Have you had to lie to someone you didn't want to lie to? Did you hear my sentence? Did you understand my sentence, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Have you
Yes,
had
sir.
to lie to someone you didn't want to lie to? Answer. And I guess everybody's answer is going to be yes. If Sabaji was here, she would say no. Go ahead, guys. Be brave and say yes. We all have to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had to lie.
We have had to. We have had to. Karna pada hai, of course. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, we
Yes, we
have.
have.
Yes, we have. And
Sir,
then
I have had to lie when principal ma'am was asked.
hold on, Manisha. Manisha, when you talk about the details, past simple is used, not the present perfect. The present perfect is only used to talk about the experience, yes or no. When you want to give the details of the experience, which tense is used, everybody?
Past simple.
Past
Past.
simple. So when she wanted to give us the information when it happened, which tense was more appropriate? Past simple, not the present perfect. Everybody, you use the present perfect to say yes, it has happened. No, it hasn't happened. That's it. But if you want to mention when, then which tense will you use? The past simple. Manisha, did you not know this? Did you not know this? Then when you are giving the details, which tense you will need? When you are mentioning the time of the event, which tense will you need?
Past.
Go ahead. Now tell us the story.
I had to tell lie when I was late to a school. To the school, principal ma'am asked that why are you late? Then
Do
I
not
lied.
use that and why together. Okay, it's a very, very common. I also sometimes do this. Okay, do not use that and a WH word. Okay, this happens because of Hindi. उन्होंने पूछा कि तुम क्यों पूछा कि तुम तो की के लिए that और why के लिए क्यों के लिए why. But in English, you need only one of them. Okay, when there is a WH word, that gets dropped. She asked me why I was late. She asked me, why are you late?
I lied to her that the door means the school gate was not open. That's why I was standing there, but I was not standing outside. But I was scared of time management. She is very means punctual.
I think Manisha, I took your I means I accept your example and everything, but perhaps you missed the point very badly. Okay, what was my question? Have you had to lie to someone you didn't want to lie to? And what did I mean here? Normally, there are a couple of people in our lives we consider very, very close, right? And we want them to know who we are and everything about us, just the way. We don't want to lie to them, actually. But sometimes situation is such that it is difficult not to lie. But she's talking about her employer, about her boss. Who minds lying to their boss? Tell me. Does anybody feel bad about lying to their boss? Tell me, please. Does it even an iota of guilt do we feel? Do we feel even this much of guilt when we lie to our bosses? I mean, we enjoy fooling them, actually, don't we? We tell them a lie and they believe it, and then we feel, yes, you loser, you believed it. This is how we feel. We don't feel bad about lying to our employers, especially our bosses. They are usually mean to us, often mean to us, and this is how we get back at them, by lying to them. So why would you give this example here when we were talking about, have you ever had to lie to somebody you don't want to lie to, or you didn't want to lie to? कुछ समझ में आया मनीषा? कहीं से मैच नहीं कर पा रहे हो आप, क्या वजह है पता है? कोई चीज, वो टेंस की गलती अपने जगह है, कॉन्टेक्स्ट को फील नहीं करना, थीम नहीं पकड़ पाना. Up employer, your boss, did you feel bad about it, Manisha, that you lied to her? And if you did feel bad, then I will say you should be back to Satyug, okay? You should go back to Satyug, okay? Because in Kalyug, nobody minds lying to their bosses. Do you guys feel bad lying to me? I don't think so. I'm your teacher. People love lying to their teachers, okay? Why didn't you do your homework? Oh, I had a bad headache. Headache? You were having a party. But I had a bad headache, okay? I mean, come on. So teachers, bosses, nobody feels sorry for lying to them. I mean, it's pretty much fun actually, lying to them and getting away, isn't it, Rosanna? You're laughing. What are you laughing about, Rosanna? Thinking about your childhood? Go ahead. Okay, people. So I guess we can move on now. Um, have had to present perfect. Okay. Have you ever had to give something away that you didn't want to, but somebody asked for it and you couldn't say no? Have you had to give something away to something which you didn't want to,
I have.
lose? Yeah, what was that? Please
Yeah, it's book.
come again, Rukaya.
It's book.
Okay, so fine, but don't you think you can just elaborate a little bit, Rukaya?
Yes, sir. I don't want to give my book to others, but I have had to.
Okay. So basically, Rukhaya, you should say you never want to give your books to anybody. That's one thing. Or if you're talking about any particular book that you didn't want to share or give to someone, you have to say there was this book that I didn't want to give because So communication skill, Rukhaya. I think there is a serious problem with you, and that your problem is not with English. I feel your problem is with willingness to speak. You are reluctant to speak, especially around me, Rukaya. I think I put you under pressure because you are a young girl and I have been a real teacher to you, like a school time teacher. You are very young and you have had that kind of rapport with me. Although I'm your mom's friend's husband, so I don't know, but you have that personality. Maybe you get nervous very easily and you don't feel very excited about getting a chance to talk. You actually speak only when I make you. I think. I think outside maybe you will feel more comfortable talking to your friends and all. But remember, you need to practice more, Rukaiya, because I want to see better. Okay. Otherwise, I'll start complaining and you won't like it. Hmm. Um, when you don't speak with full willingness, then you keep a lot of information because you're speaking reluctantly, unwillingly. Then you will not give away all the information needed, right? You will leave people high and dry, like waiting to get more information. That is exactly what happened, Rukhaya. So maybe write the story and share it with us. Okay. Have I ever had to give something away that I didn't want to? Okay, yeah. You see, it was 2003, I guess. 2003, yeah, 2000 March. My brother got married in April. So no, he got married in June, May. So it was 2003. It was the month of August. My September. My bhabhi was pregnant, and I drew a nice mother with a baby, portrait with pencil. Okay, it was a big one, maybe 18 inches by 24 inches, something like that. It was pretty good, and I hung it in my bhabhi's bedroom. And then I met this girl, you know, and I don't know why I felt the pressure to make a good impression on her. Uh, and you know what I did? I
You gifted
took
her.
I took it from there, from the wall. I made an excuse to my bhabhi that I'll make another for you, you know, and I gave it away to her. I mean, the worst part is not this. The worst part is when we broke up and I said, "Give me my drawing back." You know what she said? You know what she said? "You're
What's that?
drawing as if I have kept it somewhere on my wall. I don't know where it is thrown." Oh my, I cried so badly inside. I felt so sad and so bad towards my hobby, that why did I value that girl so much that I took it away from my bhabhi? I mean, she was so kind to me. She did not ever say anything stupid to me, but this is what I did, guys. So here is my story of something giving away that I didn't want to give away at all. But I did it just to make a good impression on her. Stupid me. I was just 23 in my defense, guys. I was stupid. Okay. So I was right when I told you the other day that I don't spend money on beautiful girls. Okay. I don't do that. If somebody wants to be with me for money, they will find somebody who will spend more. I can't live in that competition, that pressure that I have to, spend maximum so that she stays with me. If you attract a girl with your money, she will leave you because somebody else will attract her with more money. So that's stupid. Maybe, some people, this game suits some people. I've never been interested in that. I gave her away something that I valued. Okay, I didn't spend a lot of money on her. I gave something that I made with a lot of love for my bhabhi because she was pregnant. And I decided to give that thing to her, because I knew I was not going to be able to make that quickly. And I really wanted to make a good impression on her. And so stupid. Okay, have to can be used in all tenses. Past continuous. When I lived in my nani ghar, I had to past tense, or I could say I was having to for a temporariness, I was having to. Okay. So you can use have to in all tenses. If you know the tenses well, you will know how to put the idea of obligation there.
Sir, what do you mean by idea of obligation?
Obligation, no choice, no option. Like getting married, after that, you have no choice. Marriage is an obligation. I'm just joking. You see, an obligation
Got
means
it.
a situation where you have no choice. Okay. You have to do it. You cannot say no. You must, right? For example, you have to take your shoes off before you enter the temple. Enter a temple. Enter a temple. You have to take your shoes off. Why? Do you have a choice? Can you go inside with your shoes on?
No, sir.
You, no. So when you
I
when you are
have.
in a situation when you have no choice, that's called obligation. It is an obligation on you that you take your shoes off. Lucy has had to go to hospital twice. In Hindi उसको 2 बार हॉस्पिटल जाना पड़ा है उसको 2 बार जाना पड़ा है. She might have to go again. Present perfect, right? Because she is still a cycle courier, so she might have to go to hospital one more time. Who knows? Lucy has had to go to hospital twice because of accidents with London cabbies. Okay, so cabbies word is used for cabs. Yeah, cabbies. Yeah, cab drivers. So taxi drivers. Okay, and taxis as well. And there is no sick pay for couriers. There is no sick pay for couriers. There is no sick pay for me either. When I'm sick, I'm just out of work and I'm not earning any money, right? There is no sick pay for couriers. What does it mean? In some jobs, if you fall sick, you still get your salary. But in any jobs, when you fall sick, you're not working, you don't earn anything. So there is no sick pay for couriers. You only earn when you ride. You only earn when you teach. I only earn when I teach. And I still waste a lot of my classes talking about nonsense. Can you find somebody more stupid than me? You only earn when you ride. Some taxi drivers think they own London. Some taxi drivers think they own London. They think they own London. London is their babka. They own London. Okay, they think London is their babka. London is their father's. They own London. They think they should learn a few manners, says Lucy. Lucy sounds pretty bitter, no? Some taxi drivers think they own London. They should learn a few manners, says Lucy. But it is not just the other drivers that make it a dangerous job. It is not just the other drivers that make it a dangerous job. Okay, no. It is not a dangerous job just because of the drivers. They have other challenges too. It is not just the other drivers that make it a dangerous job. Again, understand that. Okay. It is not just the other drivers that make it a dangerous job. Pedestrians looking at their phones. Pedestrians, people walking. Pedestrians means people walking. Pedestrians looking at their phones. Huge potholes, the openings in the road. Okay, no. Potholes are those holes that are caused because of bad quality. The road is bad quality, so sometimes they get damaged and there are potholes. Okay, yeah. Huge potholes in the roads and traffic lights everywhere mean that couriers have to be on constant alert. They have to be on constant alert. They cannot relax even for a moment. They have to be on constant alert. Okay, here the subject is all these things. All these things are subject. And the verb is mean. Pedestrians looking at their phones, huge potholes in the roads, and traffic lights everywhere mean that couriers have to be on constant alert. So they do not have a challenge only in the careless drivers. They also have other challenges. For example, pedestrians who are too busy looking at their phones. So they can also kind of create a risk for these bicycle couriers. There are huge potholes, and they can be dangerous too, and traffic lights everywhere. So they have to be a little bit extra careful. Now, pedestrians means people. Potholes create problems because cycle riders, when they get into a pothole, then they can lose balance, especially when they're riding fast. They're going fast, and suddenly they come into a pothole. A pothole is a ditch, a hollow in the road. In Hindi, gadda. What's your question? Now it's clear. Basically, you did not understand the word potholes. Am I right?
No, I was thinking like it's a gutter.
No, at first I said that, but then I corrected. They're called manholes. They are called not potholes. Potholes are different. Manholes are different. Okay. Then there is the winter. Another challenge is the season, the weather. There is the winter. A courier has to be especially strong to survive the winter. A courier has to be especially strong to survive the winter. Look at this. ES, especially strong to survive the winter. Okay. So you use this especially most of the times. There is another especially written without E. That especially is preferred before V3 adjectives. Especially designed. Especially designed. Designed is V3 adjective. So that especially will be written with S, not with E. You have to, if you could keep in mind what I just told you, okay? Otherwise, then you will keep looking for a video to understand the difference between this especially and that especially without E. You, you have to keep cycling or you freeze. Okay, so in winter, you have to keep cycling. Don't stop. If you stop, you freeze. You have to keep cycling or you freeze. Says Lucy, your toes freeze, your fingers freeze, and your joints go completely stiff. Stiff. An adjective? When your body parts go stiff, you can't move them. If your joints go stiff, you find it painful to move your joints. Okay. Your joints go completely stiff. And then, of course, there is the London rain. And then, of course, there is the London rain. Another challenge is the London rain in the winter season. During the winter, a London cycle courier watches the weather forecast religiously. If you do something religiously, it means you do it again and again with a lot of interest at a fixed time. Okay. So if you listen to the audio files religiously, if you listen to the audio files religiously, it means you listen to the audio files according to a routine and you do it with a lot of passion. Okay, religiously, when people were, religion means a lot of passion, right? So if you do something religiously, you do it with a lot of passion. Okay, a lot of interest, a lot of, it's like a routine. They watch the weather forecast religiously. A courier watches the weather forecast religiously, time to time, again and again, fixed, and the weather becomes their life. And the weather becomes their life. So if you listen to the audio files religiously, it means you listen to the audio files once in a while, or you listen to them regularly. You do it regularly, okay, religiously. I had to spend a whole week's earnings on a good waterproof coat. I had to spend. She had no choice. She had to spend a whole week's earnings, 1/4 of her monthly income. 1/4 of her monthly income. She had to spend a whole week's earnings, money, earnings, savings. You have S there. Notice earnings, savings. All right. A whole week's earnings on a good waterproof coat. On a good waterproof coat, thermal gloves, and a hat to keep warm. So the winter gear, she had to spend 1/4 of her monthly income on the winter gear. Waterproof coat, thermal gloves, and a hat to keep warm, says Lucy. There is also the air quality. Pollution is another challenge. There is also the air quality. The pollution in London sometimes reaches dangerous levels. The pollution in London sometimes reaches dangerous levels, guys, which is always the case in Delhi, right? Dangerous levels. It's sometimes reaches dangerous levels. Yeah, Sharif. Muzaffarpur. Okay, fine. As long as Bihar Sharif is fine, I have no problems. I'm living here. you know, when I heard about Delhi pollution, polluted, but every place is polluted. But when we are talking about reaching dangerous levels, Delhi is always in the news for dangerous levels of pollution there. Now, the thing is, on a couple of occasions, I felt very, I would say, I felt thankful that I was not having to live in Delhi. Yeah, because I think, I think I have a problem with my lungs and all. And if I live in a very polluted area, then I will suffer more than other people. So it's more important for me to live in a okay place, pollution wise. I think, Simran, is that the reason why you also suffered more because you got into a more polluted place, maybe a colder place?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sometimes some of us have to be a little bit concerned about, where we are moving because of our health conditions. Some people are so healthy they can go and live in any part of the world and survive. A friend of mine, got transferred. He's in IB, intelligence bureau. He's on a good job, so he got transferred in Leh Ladakh for a couple of years. He took his wife and daughter there. Oh, it was very difficult for them. He got somehow climatized easily, but they couldn't. So they had to be, sent back after a month or two. They just couldn't stay. The doctor said no, they should not stay there. Otherwise, it was going to be dangerous. So they had to leave. Yeah. Okay. So there is the air quality. The pollution in London sometimes reaches dangerous levels. On bad days, I can feel the dirt in my lungs. I can feel the dirt in my lungs. I can feel the dirt in my lungs and I have to wear a mask. So dirt refers to both the things. Dust and, dirt can be used to refer to shit and stuff as well. Dirt, okay? That can also be called dirt. Something that's it's very disgusting. Shit and all, waste materials, that can also be referred to as dirt. And dirt can also mean dust. Okay, yeah. On bad days, I can feel the dirt in my lungs and I have to wear a mask. She can feel the dirt in her lungs. She has to wear a mask. So why do it? If you have so many complaints, so many problems, then why do it? Why do you have to do this job? Why don't you simply switch jobs? Find another job. Despite the traffic, learn the word. Despite the traffic, the pollution, the cold, and the road rage, I love it. Despite all this, I love it. You understand the meaning of the use of the word despite?
Yes,
Dis-
sir.
yeah, despite, okay. Despite this, and this, I love it. Yes, these things are there, but they don't matter. Despite these things, okay? Despite the criticism, he carried on, and yesterday he proved there is a lot of cricket left in him. Rohit Sharma? Oh my God.
Yes, sir. I really enjoyed.
What criticism he has endured in last 2 months, I guess, since that New Zealand series and Australia series. He didn't do well with his bat, with the bat, I mean, and then amazing performance yesterday. I hope they do a
I
clean.
watched whole innings.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, it was amazing. I wanted him to go not out, but anyways, he plays that way, he's fantastic. I mean, we can't forget how he played in the World Cup single handedly, in every match of World Cup that we lost in the final, he was the man who was making the difference. Selflessly, he came and started hitting the balls. He made the job easier for other batsmen because of his aggressive batting. And then we started criticizing him so much. I totally focus on my body moving with my bike. I totally focus on my body moving with my bike. I know I will have to get another job eventually. I cannot continue to do this job forever. Eventually, I will have to get another job. No one can do this job for too long, but I love it for now. So that was the text. I hope you guys all enjoyed reading the text. And now let's look at this exercise. First, there are some statements. True or false, you have to decide. Some sentences. Lucy has to cycle 500 miles every week.
Wrong.
Not true. Yeah.
Not
Not
true.
true.
And how are we going to do it with a partner? We are not going to say true or false. We are going to say this way. Lucy, she doesn't have to cycle 500 miles every week. Sometimes she has to do. Sometimes she has to do 500 miles a week, but she doesn't have to do it every week. You have to talk. Okay. Don't say true false when you are in a in the breakout room. As a London courier cyclist, Lucy hasn't had any accidents. Of course she has. She has. She has had two bad accidents. She has had two
Too bad accident.
two bad
She
accidents.
had to go hospital.
Yeah. The courier company have to pay her when she's off work. The courier company the courier company have to pay her when she's off work. No.
No, sir.
They
She
only
doesn't
No.
get
they
that.
only earn when they work, when they ride. Okay, the courier company doesn't have to pay her when she's off work. In winter, London courier cyclists should check the weather forecast every day. Yes,
Yes,
they should and
they
they
do.
have to. They actually have to. They not only should, they have to. Yeah. Lucy has to spend a lot of money on warm clothes every week.
No, she doesn't
Why would
have
No.
to.
she have to do it every week? She doesn't have to
Once
spend a
a
lot of
year.
money on warm clothes every week. She had to do it because she wanted to survive in the winter riding the bike. So she did it once. She doesn't have to do it every week, right? Hmm. She had to do it only once. Now, she doesn't have to do it as long as those clothes last. Feel free to add any information you think you need to add so that you make sense. Always just your priority should be only one. What you're saying should make sense. That's all. It should sound like you're talking sensibly. That's it. Lucy thinks she will stay in this job for a long time.
No, she doesn't.
Nobody can stay in this job for a long time. This is so demanding. And she knows that. She is enjoying it for the time being. She is enjoying it for the time being. Okay. She will do as long as she can. But after that, she will have to eventually find another job. Now, 12, complete the questions. Use the correct form of have to. How many miles do cycle couriers have to cycle a day? Between 60 to 100 miles. Because it's difficult and dangerous work. Why?
Do you find this job fearless?
Why do you?
Why do you have to be fearless? I know you're making a sentence on your own because you are not part of the class. Okay, Sumit. But notice the instruction says use correct form of have to, Sumit. Okay, the instruction is very clear. Use the correct form of have to.
Have
Okay.
to.
Hmm. Why do you have to be fearless? Because it's difficult and dangerous work. 3. In winter.
When does a courier have to be especially strong?
When does a courier have to be especially strong? 4.
What do couriers have to
What
do
do
to keep
courier
warm in
have to
winter?
do keep warm in winter?
What do couriers have to do to keep warm in winter? They have to keep cycling.
Have to keep cycling.
5.
Why does Lucy
Why
have
does Lucy
to
have
wear
to
a mask
wear
sometimes?
a mask sometimes?
Because of pollution. Okay, notice a courier is a person and courier is also the thing that comes to you, right? The word courier refers to both. The packet that comes to you is also courier and the person who brings it to you is also a courier. Fine. So guys, I feel exhausted, but I'm going to open the breakout rooms for next 7 minutes for you, okay? I want you guys to go there and practice the conversation, the exercises 11 and 12 with one partner, okay? And I hope you guys will have a good time. Mm, uh, let's see. Uh-huh. Hmm. Shall I open?
Yes.
Go ahead, guys. Join and talk. Make sure it is not mechanical, okay? Make sure it is not mechanical, people. Make sure it is not mechanical. Okay? Keep it natural. Keep it natural. Manisha, what are you doing here, Manisha? Manisha. Manisha, what are you doing here? Why didn't you tell me you were not going to the breakout room? I sent you with somebody and now that person is all by himself.
हो गया ताली का हुआ का जलील भाई का दीजिए ना
So, I hope you had enough time to practice,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
we will
We
continue.
had we had nearly 10 minutes.
Good. So we will continue tomorrow and do practice have to in different tenses. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye, sir.
yes,
Bye.
sir.
बाय सर गुड नाइट सर
Bye.
I saw that.
Bye.